Okay, now let's look at some of the other computations that are available for us. So I'm going to duplicate sheet 3 and let's name that sheet 4. Okay. Now let me clear the table calculation. So right now there are no table calculations, it's just aggregation at the level of detail of the chart. Okay. So now we looked at running total, right? Now we have difference. So again, difference, there are a couple of things that we can select for difference. Okay. We can have difference using the direction. Okay, table across, table down, then down, and all of that we discussed previously just now, and they that's what compute using does. We already have seen that, so we can just look at how it is done. So the first one is there is blank here because we cannot find the difference between. So relative to previous is what is default. So it takes this value, there is nothing previous to that, so it's left blank. Now here 2013, so it will take the actual value of 2013, which was 127,885, okay, and then subtract the one previous to that. So that's that number. Okay, it does the same thing here, it does the same thing here. Okay. Now if you change compute using table down, then January is what will be left blank because there is nothing to compare the difference with before January. So January is left blank, and then you have the differences. Okay. And of course you have table across then down, in which case this number is the sales value of February of 2012, difference of that with respect to January of 2015. Okay. Now in this particular case that may not make sense. Tableau allows for all these possibilities. Sometimes a particular computation may make sense, sometimes it may not. So depending upon your requirement, you need to select all these options are available to you. Okay. And similarly, all the other possibilities work the same way. So now if you have pane down, then each pane, the first row is left blank because there is nothing before that to compare. Now relative to, okay, you have previous, so let me put this back to say table across. Now when I change relative to next, then the difference will be the current value minus the next value. So when you do that, now 2015 will be left blank because there is nothing to compare after 2015. Right. Then you can say relative to the very first. So the very first, okay, so every comparison is made to the very first. So here first is available for first, so you get a 0 there. Okay, so this one is again this value minus the first. This one will be the original value here minus the first original value. And then we have last. And again, all of these computations, you can select the scope and the direction of calculation. Okay. So what calculation you want done, can relative to what and what direction. All of this you can control with these, okay, with these two. And then other computations that are available, Okay, so the difference expressed as a percentage or percent of total. So that will be the percent of the total across. Again, the scope and the direction of computation can be changed. So here these are percentages for each row, that is table across. So if you select table, then relative to the grand total, so each of these values as a percentage of the grand total is what you will get. Okay, so you have to think about that and select the one that's most appropriate. Okay, so compute using and the type of computation that you want. Okay, so percentile. Okay, rank will be, okay, so here we have the values are, okay, so here it is table across. So each row, the first value, the second value, the third value, and the fourth value. So those are the ranks, right? So if you have table across, then down, then going this way, so it will give you the table rank for each of them. Okay, and then we have percentile. Percentile will be, it will sort all the values from smallest to the largest and figure out what percentile a particular value is. And again, you can restrict the scope to either table down, table across, and so on. Moving average we will do next.